Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel where English feels simple, real, and fun. Let me ask you something. Have you ever listened to someone speak English and thought, wait, was that even English? Yeah, me too. When I first started learning English, I honestly thought I was hopeless. I'd listen to podcasts, watch movies, even cartoons, but all I could hear was noise. Just sounds. No meaning. It felt impossible. I remember one night very clearly. I was sitting on my bed with my old laptop. I found this short conversation, only 2 minutes long. I thought, okay, I can do this. I pressed play. The people started talking. And I didn't understand a single word. Nothing. I stopped, rewound, and listened again. Still nothing. I listened again, and again, and again. 10 times, 15 times. I even tried reading the subtitles, but my brain was completely lost. And at that moment, I thought, maybe I'll never understand spoken English. If you've ever felt that way, don't worry, you're not alone. Every English learner goes through this stage, even the ones who sound fluent now. So, what changed for me? How did I go from hearing noise to hearing words, and then understanding sentences? Well, it wasn't a big change. It was one small thing, a small shift in how I listened. Let me tell you what happened. A few weeks after that horrible night, I tried something different. I stopped trying to understand every single word. I stopped focusing so hard on the details, and instead, I started listening for meaning. That's right, meaning, not words. At first, it felt strange. My teacher told me, Leo, relax. Don't try to translate. Just listen and imagine the situation. So I did. I listened to a short podcast. I didn't pause it. I didn't rewind. I just listened all the way through. Then I asked myself, what's the main idea here? Are they happy? Are they sad? Are they arguing? Where are they? I didn't need to understand every sentence. I just needed to understand the story. And you know what? For the first time, it started to make sense. Let me give you an example. Imagine you hear someone say, "Hey man, what's up? Long time no see." Maybe the first time you don't catch every word, but the tone, the energy, you can feel it's friendly. You understand that two friends are meeting again. That's listening for meaning. You're not translating word by word. You're feeling the message. That's the small shift I made, and it changed everything. From that day, my listening practice became different. I didn't study English sounds. I studied stories. I listened to short dialogues every morning, sometimes while walking to class, sometimes before bed. And each time I asked myself 3 simple questions. Who is speaking? What's happening? And how do they feel? That's it. No pressure, no panic, no rewinding 100 times. After a few weeks, something amazing happened. I could suddenly recognize words I never noticed before. Phrases like, you know, kind of, by the way, I guess. They started popping out of the noise, like little lights turning on one by one. That's when I realized I was finally listening in English, not just hearing it. Now, I want to give you some simple tips to help you get there too. These are the same steps I followed, and trust me, they work. Tip 1. Don't translate in your head. When you listen, don't try to go from English to your language. You'll be too slow. Instead, connect English words directly to ideas or pictures. For example, when you hear dog, see a dog in your mind, not the translation. Tip 2. Listen for emotion, not perfection. Native speakers use rhythm and tone to show how they feel. Even if you miss some words, the tone tells you a lot. Try to focus on how people say things. Happy, angry, tired, excited. You can hear the feeling. Tip 3. Repeat small things often. Don't jump to long podcasts or movies right away. Choose short clips, 1 or 2 minutes. Listen many times. Each time, you'll catch something new. Maybe the first time, you understand 30%. Next time, 50%. And suddenly, one day, you'll understand it all, without even trying. And finally, don't give up too early. Listening is slow progress. Sometimes you'll think, I'm not improving, but you are, even if you can't see it yet. Every time you listen, your brain is learning sounds, patterns, and meaning. You're training your ears like muscles. They get stronger bit by bit. So, let's recap quickly. When I first started learning English, I couldn't understand a single word. I thought I was hopeless. But once I stopped trying to translate and started listening for meaning, everything changed. It wasn't magic. It was practice and patience. And if I could do it, you can too. So here's my challenge for you today. After this podcast, find a short video or audio in English, maybe 2 minutes. Listen once without stopping. Then, ask yourself, what's happening? What's the main idea? And how do they feel? Don't worry about the words you miss. Just focus on the story. Do this every day for 1 week. You'll be amazed how fast you improve. And remember, my friends, you don't need to understand every word to understand English. You just need to listen with your heart, not only with your head. Because understanding begins the moment you stop trying to be perfect. Thank you so much for listening. If this episode helped you, share it with a friend who's learning English too. Keep listening, keep smiling, and keep learning the fun way. You're doing great, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. See you next time, my friends. And remember, one day soon, you'll listen to an English conversation and think, wow, I understood everything. Bye for now.